Chapter 6, Blast from the Past. After making sure the fireball that came crashing into your house was fully extinguished, you make the trip back to the Nexus in record time. There you find Cass waiting at the entrance. Hey, where have you... You grab her arm and pull her down the hall. Team Vampire meeting. Come on. You drag her to the Chamber of Laws, where Gabriel's still hunched over a stack of books. He jumps as you slam the door behind you. What's going on? Guess you just got dive-bombed by a sentient fireball with eye ruins. Spoiler alert, it's me. What? Are you okay? Parker, your fingers. It's just a singe. But I could use a kiss. I think I might be able to help out with that. Gabriel holds your gaze as he lifts your hand to his lips, pressing a gentle kiss against the burnt edges of your fingers. Better? Alma. I think I could use one more kiss, though. You turn to Cass, who also presses her lips to the spot, giving your injury a lingering kiss. You'll need 3 of those a day. Doctor's orders. I'd ask to see the medical license, but I think your treatment's helping. Still, Sage's warning sign couldn't be any clearer. I don't think she's gonna stop there. Okay, you may not want to hear this, but I think the first thing to do is report it to Astrid and Loon. I know you don't trust them, but that's an understatement. But this isn't something we can take care of on our own. Other vampires live in town. They might be under attack too. You weigh your wariness of the Coven leaders against your worries for Crimson Beach's future. Fine, let's get this over with. You find both of them holed up in one of the small council rooms, sifting through piles of documents spread out across the table. We've got a problem. You breathlessly launch into your report. The fireball ruins. Weird way it anticipated your moves. Well, any words of wisdom? They exchange a quick look, then Lewin turns to you with a shrug. It's unfortunate, but not particularly worrisome. We were expecting something of this nature to happen. Seriously? Little heads up would have been nice. What do you mean, something of this nature? Magical anomalies caused by the witch's presence in town. But why would that cause magical anomalies? Our research leads us to believe that the presence of that magic interferes with the flow of the ley line power. Well, your research is a load of crap. I've been tossing around magic for weeks now, and the ley lines have been chugging along like gangbusters. Because your powers aren't strong enough to make much of a difference. What in the sweet baby vampire crap is that? I'm a witch who actually moved the damn ley lines. If that's not power, I don't know what is. You were under a great deal of stress at the time. Adrenaline can bring about remarkable achievements. Though the words of the Coven leaders are convincing, you can't push away the twinge of mistrust you feel. At least, let us investigate what's going on. Whether it's haywire ley lines or a straight-up witch attack, the Coven's clearly in danger. You're getting dangerously close to glory, seeking. That's completely unfair. Parker just wants to help. What Astoria means is while we appreciate your assistance with the Hunters, Parker, you've done enough. But the mention of the Hunter sparks an idea. They used magic to create the talismans, witch magic. What if the Hunters? They have a historical connection to witches. Maybe they left something behind at their camp that could help us. Astoria's eyes narrow and she exhales a long, aggrieved sigh. Why is it you always seem to have information you should not be privy to? I don't know, we use our brain. Because we read their batshit codex, that's why. Parker's right. We should send someone back to search. No, the Hunter camp is off limits. With respect, Coven leaders, this could be hugely important. This could is not will. What will be important is our research. But the research isn't the only thing that can be done. Why not send some Coven members to the camp while you research? The chance of finding something in the camp is small, sure, but even one small thing can give us an advantage we need. It's in the past. Nevertheless, we will not be sending anyone to the camp. Why the hell not? Lewin looks away, keeping silent for longer than expected. Astoria clears her throat and with an awkward huff. Because the lab and the warehouse were destroyed in the attack, if you recall. Those buildings are unsafe. You're vampires. But there are other places to search. The command center, tents, hundreds of troops were camped there. They must have left stuff behind. Yes, but some of those hybrids could be still lurking. Or they could have laid traps. We can't risk vampire lives on a lark. Now, if you have nothing else to say, I thank you to take yourselves elsewhere. We have work to do. So let me get this. The hybrids might still be there and you're not doing anything to stop them? And keep this fireball incident to yourselves. We don't want to cause a panic. You leave the council room, seething. Cass and Gabe tread lightly at your side. Well, what do you think now, Coven Leader Trust Squad? I don't get it. Why aren't they taking this seriously? Yeah, it's totally sus. Here's my 2 cents. Let's just say screw it and go. I agree. It may be defying a direct order, but I've had it at this point. Someone's got to do something, and it might as well be us. Well, you looked at Gabe, expecting him to disagree. Instead, he's grinning slyly. Yeah, they said they're not sending anyone, right? But they never told us we couldn't go. Technically, we wouldn't be defying anything. Oh, sneaky lawyer brain, Eldar. I approve. So do I. Let's get out of here before they suddenly decide they need us. Vampire speed gets you to the hunter base in half the time. But when you break through the trees, you stumble to a halt and stare around in confusion. Hey, look, we were here once. Nature has really reclaimed this place. In what? It's been, what, a month? Maybe less? You expect to find destruction. But this is something else. The massive talisman warehouse, you remember, is unrecognizable beneath a thick layer of new grass and other buildings. Everything is decayed and covered in vines. It's like the earth swallowed them up. What the hell? We were only here a few weeks ago. This place looks like it's been abandoned for decades. Hold on. Cass kneels and closes her eyes as she presses her palms to the ground. Yep, there's power in the ground. I'm guessing Sage and her witches got here first. They must have consecrated the place or something. Probably because of all the hunter experiments. That sounds right. Witches are the keepers of nature. And Lennox's experiments were far from nature. Or natural. Remember that machine in the lab? Can't forget it. What did it say? Extracting energy from the earth to animate talismans? Talk about upsetting the balance. No wonder Sage is so pissed. Gives me life. What does? This? It means my people, my other people anyway, are blindly backing hunters. Makes me slightly less inclined to beat the vines off them. Priorities in order. As usual. We should get to the lab and see if there's anything left. Do you think the machines could still be there? I don't know. But that's where they were siphoning the ley lines, so it's the best place to start looking for answers. The toxic smell of burnt wires hits you first, and when you push cautiously through the doors, you're not surprised to find all the machines fried and smoking. Not only that, but plants of all kinds grow in and around the devices, the interior of the lab looking as long abandoned as the exterior. Well, they certainly didn't spare any of the mechanical stuff. I hate to say it, but I think you were right, Golden Boy. Sage and her squad didn't seem to take too kindly to the whole magic harvesting thing. At least the machines are still standing. If we can figure out how the witches did this, maybe Cass can reverse engineer the spell. Or at least it'll give us a clue to how their power works. I'll check at the energy extractor. That's the one contraption that would really put the twist in Sage's knickers. Well, we'll poke through the rest of the mess. Be careful. Cass disappears to the other side of the laboratory as you and Gabe start sifting through the wreckage. As you closely study the destroyed equipment, you notice a large gap between a couple of machines with detached wiring scattered on the ground. Gabriel, look at this. Does this area seem off to you? You're right, it looks empty, like something's been taken. Do you think the witches took the machine? With everything they've done with the camp, I think that's the likeliest answer. But why wouldn't they take anything else? Could it... Suddenly your theories are interrupted by a yelp from across the room. Help! Cass. Cass saying help. That's a first. Heart in your throat, you sprint frantically towards the sound of Cass's shouts to find her just leaning against a machine. What the hell? I thought you were dying. And why are you standing like that? Looks really uncomfortable. I'm not standing, I'm stuck to the damn machine. It's like my whole body's a giant magnet. Gabriel snorts and turns away, and though you manage to choke back your own laugh, you can't help yourself. Talk about being a trouble magnet, a sticky situation, laying down on the job. I don't know, they haven't described how she's exactly stuck to it, so it doesn't make sense. Anyway, sticky situation. Gabriel staggers and doubles over, holding his stomach as he howls with laughter. It's not that funny, dude. You could say she's stuck in a rut. No. That was a really bad dad pun. Swear to God. When I get off this thing, I'm kicking your ass. Wait. Let me get my phone. I need a picture of this. Gabriel, come on. Help me figure out what's going on. Whatever it is, it's over to the right. I can feel something funky going on there. You run your hands over the machine, searching for the source of the magic. Your fingers brush against something not metal. Something like... it's a rune stone. Of course it is. Can you pull it out? That's what she said. Was it a better pun than Aldar's? Let me know. Won't be easy. It's embedded in the machine. Easy smeezy. If it'll get me unstuck from this gravitron and from hell, I say you try. What do you think, Parker? Should we try to pry the rune stone or get Cass off the wall the old-fashioned way? Okay. Let's give it a try. Fingers crossed nothing blows up, and by nothing, I mean me. You and Gabriel both dig your fingers around the edge of the stone as deep as you can. You give him a little nod. Ready? As I'll ever be. Okay, 1, 2... On 3, you pull as hard as you can, your muscles straining and shaking with the effort. Just a little more. Almost got it. Cass, any power you could throw in would be big help right about now. Cass squeezes her eyes shut and a gust of wind barrels through the lab, striking the machine beneath your hands. With a combination of Gabe's vamp strength and Cass's powers. Really? The stone breaks free and Cass drops to her knees in a thoroughly ungraceful heap. Gabriel roars with laughter again, leaning against the wall to hold himself up. I'm going to replay that in my head for a long time. You suck, Aldar. The petulant outrage in her voice elicits another howl of mirth from him. You have to admit it's kind of funny. Stop laughing. Admit it's kind of funny. Even though I'm not laughing, but I digress. Seriously, new girl? I'm not above a little fun. Oh, come on! If it were me, you'd be having a field day right now, Cass. Well, let's test that theory. You point the stone at Gabriel, and whoosh, he flies across the room, landing hard on his bottom and sliding back into the wall. It's Cass's turn to laugh now, as she loops her arm around your waist and gives you a playful kiss. Oh, I owe you one, new girl. Several, in fact. Gabriel groans and staggers to his feet, and you stifle a laugh. I'm sorry, Gabriel. Couldn't resist. It's okay. I deserved it. That thing's crazy powerful, though. Felt like I got hit by an invisible car. Could come in handy in a fight. Yeah, nothing says, let's have fun than using some mystical power, right? And you don't know how strong it'll be. Like, it could be, like, hurricane force winds, right? You just aim it at him. Could have cut him in half. Oh, what did you do? And he dies, Let's put it in the box and get out of here before Cass accidentally glues herself to something else. You got the Papua stone! I'm kidding. But when you peek outside, you find the horizon just beginning to turn to a hazy pink of dawn. How the hell did we spend so much time in there? More importantly, how are we getting home? We're too far from the prediction of the ley lines to make it to the Nexus before sunrise. It did take us most of the night to get here. Maybe you can use your magic umbrella, Cass. I've got the moon shroud, so you've just got to cover yourself in Gabriel. Cass looks at the sky, then into the tree line. She shakes her head. It's too far. Just getting us to the red beach wore me out. If my magic Fritz is out for real, we'll be trapped out in the open, and the sun poisoning's not on my agenda today. Which means we're here till sundown. I mean, you don't have to be. You could leave. It might not be such a bad thing. Means we have the entire day to explore. Sounds good, but I think we should stay away from the warehouses. No one knows we're here, and if they collapse on us, we're cooked. And let's search the tents. They've could have left that Hunter Codex behind, or something else like it. Leaving the relative safety of the lab, the three of you cross the camp at a sprint, darting from shadow to shadow to avoid the golden glow of the advancing sun. If I remember right, it's this way. You don't remember right. It's around the corner to the left. Who made you the GPS coordinator? You're both wrong. It's this way. Guidance ability, remember? Show me the actual way. Oh, look, they upgraded the compass. Show off. You lead them swiftly in the direction of the tents, but when you arrive, you find nothing but an empty stretch of land, dotted with canvas scraps and burnt grass. Well, so much for that. Wait, look over there. You follow the line of Gabriel's finger and see, on the far side of the field, a large tent listing to the side, but relatively intact. Wasn't that Lennox's personal hang spot? Yeah. Why destroy everything else and leave that one alone? Only one way to find out. When you slip inside the tent, you find the interior largely the same as before, cluttered with chairs, crates, equipment piled up, and one long table strewn with maps. Looks like they were still making plans when they left. We should... And that's when you notice the hum, a sound so unsettling the hair on the back of your neck stands up. Guys, do you hear that? There's a weird hum coming from the box in the corner. I hear it too. But Cass, you But Cass is standing preternaturally still, her eyes narrowed in predatory vigilance. It's not just a hum, it's a pull. There's a magic going on over there. Another runestone? I don't think so. It's something else. Something I've never felt before. Maybe we should just leave it alone? I don't want to mess with some unidentified magic that could blow up in our faces. I'm pretty sure it's fine. Pretty sure. Life's a gamble, and sometimes you just gotta roll the dice. Besides, we're looking for weird hunter crap anyway. I think we just hit pay dirt. A bunch of stuff on the wall. The closer you get to the grate, the more unsettling the buzz becomes. Carefully, you tip the lid open, only to find a document fixed at the edges and covered in strange, twisting symbols. Captain Jack Sparrow would be proud. How can a piece of paper hum? It's not the paper, it's the writing. The stuff's got magic rolling off it like a smoke. Looks kind of familiar, too. Because it is. Remember the code in the envoy log? This is similar to that, but older. He squints and runs his finger down the page. A lot older. Translating your thing, golden boy. What does it say? I don't know. I'd need reference books to translate. We have to take it to the Nexus. Do you think it's dangerous? No more dangerous than the runestones. Besides, I'm pretty sure this is kind of some kind of spell, and I want to know what it's for. I want to know what it says. This is probably the oldest document I've ever seen. I'm not leaving it here to rot. Let's put it in the backpack then, and see what's in those crates. But Cass is already prying one open and plunging her hand into the packing. She digs for a moment, then pulls out a crossbow, followed by a sheaf of arrows. How many weapons did the hunters have? Oh, death toys. Shocker. Try another one. But every crate you open is the same. Crossbows, arrows, guns, a stockpile of weapons grows. Your heart begins to ache. You step away to circle the tent, the throb of pain turning to cold, hard rage. All while, we left this stuff out here that literally is vampire killer stuff. Damn. I don't know if I want to say Sage. I would say the hunters, because they're the ones that made it, right? Gabriel and Cass whirl around at the sound of your shout. Especially Lennox. He imprisoned us, tortured us, his army invaded the Nexus, killed our friends, and Seth. He died saving us, never got to enjoy immortality. And if the witches wipe us out, his sacrifice will have been in vain. Parker, come here. He pulls you against him, holding you tight while Cass comfortingly strokes your back. Trust me, I get what you're feeling. To say the situation sucks would be the biggest understatement of all time. You silently let them hold you for a long moment, and when you speak again, your voice is quiet. I thought we were going to spend our forever together, but what does that even mean anymore? I've wasted so much time worrying about our different visions of the future, and now we have to just fight to make sure we even have one? Frustration, anger, fear overwhelm you, and you break away from both of them to grabbing the nearest chair and tossing it across the room. You turn back to face them, your chest heaving. The intensity of Cass's expression tells you she knows what you're feeling, while Gabriel's haunted, angry eyes are a mirror of your own. A little distraction feels good, doesn't it? Honestly, it might help to let it out. I think we could all use a release. But, a heated makeout session. Nah, I'm good, thanks, though. I'm glad we found what we were looking for, but this place is bringing back memories I don't want to revisit. You look around the tent, the weapons, maps, hunter plans for vampire annihilation, and you shiver. Nature will reclaim this eventually too. Better to just leave the place in the past. As night falls, you leave the hunter cap and pick your way back through the woods to the Nexus. But, just yards from the entrance, a breeze kicks up, whirling gently around your feet. What's... Seriously? Is it a tornado? I'm running into it. Whee! Before quickly spiraling into a blinding vortex of wind that lifts you off the ground. Cass and Gabriel both reach for you, straining against the dizzying tornado, threatening to swallow you whole. Take our hands. I can't. Cass, do something. Cass growls in frustration and fear, and through the buffeting wind you see her raise her palm skyward, screaming into the gale as she channels her magic. A burst of power leaps from her hands. She suddenly has become Storm, but not, in the Marvel universe. Instantly, the vortex fades, and you tumble to the ground. Cass wavers and drops to her knees, panting and spent. Are you hurt, Parker? I'm fine. I'm fine, too. Thanks for asking. Cass. And Gabriel scrambled to her side. Cass, are you sure you're okay? Place a hand on her cheek, your brows furrowing in concern. You look like you're gonna pass out. Nah, bad choice of words aside, I just need a second wind. Your calm voice, cold as winter, startles you. You better find it soon. These anomalies are getting worse. Oh, but you told us it wasn't to be worried about, Lewin. You turn, unsurprised, find Astoria and Lewin looming over you, their expressions grim and vaguely annoyed. What do you mean getting worse? If you can't understand a simple sentence, Parker, I've a mind to take back the diploma. A freak elemental occurrences, such as your little adventure just now, are beginning to spread. We've had reports of them popping up in and around Crimson Beach all day. And since you three insist on being good little helpers, perhaps you should make yourselves useful and go take care of them. What? Wait, what? Take care of what? Listen, how exactly are we supposed to defeat a tornado or hurricane or earthquake or fire or I don't know? Like, how do you defeat the elements? This is stupid. Anyway. Seriously. We're vampires. Not, whatever the hell would fight this. Anyway. Without further ado, thanks for watching. Please remember that if you did enjoy, to like, share, and subscribe. And leave me a comment down below letting me know your thoughts. For me, I'm just going to say this. I do apologize about being late on this. Just kind of been feeling under the weather, dealing with some stuff, just all over the place. I'm going to be honest with you. Just all over the place. So, thanks for tuning in. It's appreciated that, you continue to be here to support the content, support this channel via your viewership. There's always other ways to help, support and whatnot, right? If you're able to or would care to, right? Just a lot going on in my head recently, and on top of everything else I'm dealing with in the whole 9 yards. So, just been doing this for a long time, right? Been a creator long before choices, and just I've been doing this every day, right? Every day. And then on top of that, I'll do a lot of other stuff, and then on top of that, I stream, and you ever just felt really, really hollow and tired? Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm really, I'd say I'm getting there. Listen, I'm already there, man. I got my t-shirt. Oh, man. But yeah, anyway. Super short chapter, today, because we didn't choose the makeout session. I just didn't feel like it. Just, I don't know. Just didn't feel like it. Right? Just saying. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Love your beautiful faces. I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.